So, let's see. Wonder if we are live yet. Are we live yet? I think we are. It looks like we are. Yes, indeed we are. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Strängnäs. And welcome to Sweden. Beautiful summer afternoon here in Sweden. And I'm walking just next to the historic cathedral here in Strängnäs, which is very old and quite impressive. I hope you're doing great. Hope you're having a nice weekend. I'm here because a friend of mine had a birthday party here in Strängnäs today. So I went there just now. It was a pretty interesting event with lots of people with connections to Japan. So it's weird. I'm in this very idyllic Swedish setting, but I'm going to events full of Japanese people and where everybody speaks Japanese. It's quite a weird contrast, but at the same time it feels great to still keep up to date with Japan and meeting people with similar backgrounds like me and my family. Most of them are families who used to live in Japan but later moved to Sweden for various reasons. More often than not, there's children involved. Look at this place, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So I don't really have a plan for today's walk other than to stroll around a little bit more in Strängnäs. I did a stream here a few weeks ago, and every time I come here I really enjoy this city. It's a beautiful, typical quiet little Swedish small town, about 45 minutes from Stockholm. So a lot of people are living here but commute to Stockholm, but it's still a proper city in its own right with everything you need. So I think it's a pretty comfortable place to live, actually. Strängnäs sounds like a lady's undergarment or a lady's stretch sportwear pants. You think so, Ray? That's interesting. I've never thought of that myself, but yeah, now that you say it, maybe. It's very windy. Maybe this church is causing all the winds to gather around the tower or something. It wasn't very windy before I started the stream, but anyway, let's see if we can find a quieter street. I'm gonna head down towards like the old town where there's lots of beautiful wooden houses, and then probably down to the water, the beach, and yeah, that might be it for today. It's not gonna be a terribly long stream because the rest of my family is kind of waiting for me, or not really waiting for me, but they're nearby and we have a train to catch later today. Here's the main entrance to this beautiful cathedral. I think the cathedral is one of the things that puts this town on the map. It's like very old and used to be very, very important back in the days when churches were important. They aren't anymore, but at least it's very nice to walk around these kind of historical environments. Santoso, you're in Nagoya now. Hey, you made it. Congratulations. Hot and sticky. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm honestly really happy that I'm not in Japan right now. August tends to be the worst of all the bad months in Japan. August is usually the worst one, so that's when I always do my best to try to escape from the country. I hope you're doing great there and that you're not melting. So this is like the old town of Strängnäs. As you can see, there's lots of nice, charming little traditional Swedish houses everywhere. is definitely beautiful. Yeah. No, it's a really picturesque town, this. Not sure how fun it is to live here in the winter, but during the summer months I can definitely see why people choose to live here. Why no one? Yeah, good question. It's Sweden. It's a small town in Sweden. There's usually not that much people around. Also this time of the day, I think most people, whatever they were doing outside, they've probably already gone back home. It's after all 5:30 in the afternoon on a Sunday, so. But yeah, Sweden is generally very quiet everywhere. Let's see, let's walk down here. See what we find. The winter is pretty bad in Sweden. It depends on how you define bad. There's a lot of people who enjoy the winters here, especially if you're like into skiing and those kind of things. And also the winter landscapes can be really beautiful. And there's of course the northern lights and things like that. So many people like the winters, but I'm not really one of them. Especially in the southern part of Sweden, winters tend to be mostly like gray, dark, wet and cold. But if you go further north, then you have like real proper winters with snow and quite nice landscapes. So if you go there, I think it can be quite enjoyable. Oh, thank you, Kenneth, for the super chat, for refreshment. Thank you. Thank you. Shops in small towns close early. Yeah, that's also right. I don't know. Maybe down by the water, there's still some shops open. But most like stores in the city centers are definitely closed by now. So let's see. Oh, okay, so this house here, one of the oldest, says it's been mentioned as early as 1659. But I don't think it's the original building since then, but yeah, it's a historical place. Did we do a weather check already? Oh, David, thanks for mentioning that. No, we didn't. It is currently 19 degrees. So, pretty comfortable. Wearing short sleeves and my nice shirt, which I bought in Okinawa. This is a funny Japanese bird that is unable to fly, called Jambarukuina. But yeah, pretty pleasant weather today. Although it's not pink shorts weather. Sorry about that. I haven't been wearing shorts in quite some time. Yeah, I guess it's still quite a heat wave in many parts of Europe. It's not so bad here in Sweden, although we had like a very warm or quite hot day. When was that? 2-3 days ago? It was like 28 degrees. But yeah, it doesn't get as crazy hot as in many parts of Europe here in Sweden. So that's one of the benefits of being far up north now with climate change and all, I guess. 28 degrees in Tokyo at night. Yeah, no, that is not comfortable if you ask me. So yeah, I will head down to the waterfront area. Some of you might remember it from the last walk I did here in Strängnäs, but it's so beautiful around there, so would be unwise of me not to go there today. Oh, Garfield, 19 months. Thank you for the long time support. I really appreciate it. So let's go down. I think it's this direction. Or I don't think, I know. A nice cafe. I went here on my last live stream thanks to McGuffin, who recommended me to check this place out, and it was nice, but now it's closed. Already too late, I guess. It's gonna be 27 degrees in Stockholm next week. Oh, that's hot. Oh, Garfield, wow, thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much, Garfield. Really appreciate it. 27 degrees. I was already starting to think that maybe summer is over, but apparently not then. Usually August can be kind of warm as well, so not too surprising. Can I walk down here? No, I don't think I can. Here, this looks like a nice little alley. Oh, someone is cooking. I smell fried fish. I think it's fried fish. It smells quite nice. Ask for a plate. Yeah, I should. Ah, okay, good. Now we're down here, down by the marina. This Greek tavern is reviewed decently well. Oh, I see. And here's a ice cream kiosk. I always mistaken Sweden as Swiss. Yeah, some people do. Usually people from outside of Europe. Europeans tend to know that we're pretty different location and everything, but yeah, many people in Asia and in the US. From Americans I hear it very often actually. They don't know the difference between Sweden and Switzerland. So actually over there is like the beach, but I'm not gonna head that way. I think I will take the usual route, or the same route as I did last time I came here, up to this windmill. People who mistake Sweden as Swiss also mistake Austria for Australia. Yeah, that's right. It's pretty much the same level and same kind of people, I guess. Sweden's famous for Swiss cheese, exactly, and also for Thai garden, Thai restaurants in typically Swedish wooden houses. But it's actually not a restaurant, it's a B&B, this place. Oh, here's a little gas stand and shop, it says. Let's check it out. Did your friend agree to the boat ride? Yeah, that's right. We've talked a little bit about it, but we haven't really decided on anything. But it would be nice to go for a little boat ride. I think this place is not open. Or maybe it is. But look, you know you're in Sweden when you have salty licorice ice cream. Yeah, we haven't decided anything, but we did talk about it and agreed that it would be nice to go on a boat ride together, possibly for a stream. Is this little shop open? No. Guess not. Nope. I'll take a cone. Up here we might find a path to the windmill. Magnum ice cream, yeah, it's quite nice. I like it too. Ice cream is just so ridiculously expensive here in Sweden though. Oh, hello Elena. Long time no see. Thank you for joining. Do you think you'll continue doing the guest live streams once you settle down in Sweden? I think so. Once, you know, I'm still in this phase. It's not decided if I will stay in Sweden or go back to Japan. We still haven't really made up our mind about that. And right now, everything is a little bit confused and I don't know. I'm very busy during the days and right now my family is here. So I don't really have that much time to dedicate to the channel. But as soon as we decide if we're gonna stay here, for example, then I want to figure out a concept that is more appropriate to do on the channel rather than just like these random walks once a week. It feels a little bit pointless to do that here in Japan. So I probably want to think of something a little bit more ambitious that makes more sense now that I'm here in Sweden, if I'm going to be here for the long term. And same if we go back to Japan, I will probably also rework the channel a little bit. But now for the summer, it's kind of like a little bit low intensive time for the live streams. But I think from September or October, I will start having a bit more of a clear concept for the channel. How did Minnie handle coming to Sweden? She's enjoying it a lot. Actually, she's very happy here. There's so many places where she can play and everything is pretty chill and relaxed and lots of nature and also My mom, her grandma, is playing with her a lot, meeting us almost every day, taking care of her a little bit. So I think Mini is happy, very happy here. It's a very good environment for her, at least now in the summer. But yeah, the trip was also not so difficult. We were very worried and thought it would be very tough for my wife to travel here with Mini, but they handled it very well. And by the way, speaking of Mini Explorer, she actually turned 2 yesterday. 2! So she's 2 years old now, my daughter. That's kind of crazy. Some of you might have been joining me on my streams and on my walks even since before she was born. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. And she's developing so much every day, learning new words, talking more and more, becoming more and more of a independent person. It's great. It's great. But yeah, she's having a great time here. That's for sure. Right now she's with her grandma, for example. Probably playing in a park somewhere. So here's the windmill. Not in use as far as I know. But let's see, maybe there's some, it looks like there might be some information here. Thank you everybody for the birthday wishes for Mini Explorer. Okay, this one is from 1855, it says here, but on this location there's been windmills since the 1630s. I guess this is what it used to look like inside. スウェーデンも暑いですか？全然暑くないです。今19度。そう。19度。気持ちいいです。爽やかです。Beautiful day there in Sweden. Colors are so vivid. Hope all's well with you and family. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you very much. Yes, everything is well with us. Thank you. So let's see. I think we can walk down towards the other side of this little hill and walk along the water. Having a good time with your family. Thank you. Yes. Yes. We are having a good time here in the Swedish summer. Thank you very much. Are you going back to Tokyo or not really? I don't know. Still undecided about that. I will make up my mind in the end of August. That's when we will decide. What the future will be like for us. That's soon. Yeah, it's soon, but it's a bit complicated to kind of have a life in both Sweden and Japan at the same time. everything, you know, the world is not really designed for that. Things like taxes, health insurance, yada yada, those kind of boring things in life tend to get very convoluted when you're not really settled in one specific place. So yeah, if I'm gonna move here, I should kind of deregister from Japan and stop paying my health insurance and everything over there and start paying into the Swedish system instead. Let me change. Instead of ultra wide, we can maybe have this lens. And also, of course, yeah, living costs. I mean, I don't have a place in Sweden yet, but if we are gonna move here, then I should seriously start looking for a place, and we should start looking into getting rid of our place in Sweden, in Japan, etc., etc. There's lots of things to think about, so we need to kind of make up our mind about that. But yeah, on nice days like this, Sweden feels like the obvious choice, but then unfortunately it's not like this all year round. So you can actually go, this is the same lake that goes all the way to Stockholm, so you can go to Stockholm by boat from here, which must be a beautiful boat ride. Where are we? We are in Strängnäs, a small town about 45 minutes west of Stockholm by train. By boat, I don't know how long that would take, and I'm not sure if there's any regular service. They give you a fine if you swim here. No, you can swim anywhere in Sweden. You won't get fined for swimming anywhere, I think. And I think you're even, this is for swimming, these stairs that leads down to the water. But I think there's better places. Like I mentioned, on the other side of the windmill, you can walk for another 10 minutes and you will be at a little beach. I think that would be a bit nicer. I'm not sure how clean the water is here because of the boats and stuff. I don't know. Looks like you were in Yokohama. Yeah, maybe. You think so? You get Yokohama vibes here? Not sure. Usually I can track you by looking for convenience stores. Yeah, good luck. Good luck doing that now. How can one country have so many pretty towns? Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, Sweden does indeed have a lot of small, cozy places like this. But I think that's true for most of Europe, isn't it? Would be nice as well, living in front of it, and you can just go out, walk outside and swim. Yeah, and that's totally something I look forward to doing when or if we move for real. I would love to live near the water so I can go for a swim after work, swim in the ocean. That would be lovely. That is quality of life. You know John Daub? No, not personally. I know who he is, of course, but I've never met him. Kids are fishing. Lots of nice towns in Europe, yeah. I think in a way Sweden is lucky because here you also have a little beach. I'm sure people come here to swim. Yeah, Sweden was lucky because we haven't been in a war for, I think, at least, is it 200 or 400 years? I don't know, I'm so bad at history, but anyway, our country hasn't been destroyed by any war, so that's why a lot of old buildings are preserved. Unfortunately, Japan was not so lucky, for example, and basically most of the country is built up after the Second World War, so everything looks relatively new and maybe a bit generic. But in Sweden and many other European countries we have lots of old historical cities with many original buildings still standing. That's quite a big difference, I think. Okay, good night, Maruko. Thanks for stopping by. Any well-known mythical creatures, monsters in Sweden? Well, what comes to mind is like the mythical folklore, like with the Thor, god of thunder, and a bunch of other characters like that. But maybe it's a little bit different from what you're asking about. But yeah, we have those like old Nordic mythology, which I believe are quite famous and well known in at least to some people. But I don't think we have any monsters like Godzilla. Or do we? Hey, bit of a wonder. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. Are you back from your Europe trip? Or are you still in England? Church, but now I'm walking this. I think this part of town I might never have been to. What about the trolls? That's right, that's right. I don't know, are those like specifically Swedish though? Or is that also a Nordic thing? Maybe Nordic, yeah. But that's right, trolls might be another one. That's a nice house. Imagine having that room in the little tower, and you have like a nice 360 view with the water on one side and the church on your other side. I wonder if someone actually is living there, or if it's some sort of, I don't know, not a privately owned home, maybe. Ah, thank you, bit of a wonder. Thank you for the super chat. Everyone liked this video. Yeah, that would be great. If you are watching and if you are enjoying my random walks from here and there, make sure to click the like button. That's an easy way to help me out. That looks fun. I want to be on that boat. Sweden's so pretty and peaceful. Yes, bit of a wonder. You should come here. Come here next summer. Summer or early autumn can be quite nice too, but summers are the best. I really recommend everybody actually to come here and enjoy the Swedish summer. Basically June, July, August is the best time to come here. Live, yes, this is live. Elena, I heard Sweden is quite gloomy over the winter. Yeah, it's pretty dark. It's pretty dark, but I think that also is one of the reasons why people here in Sweden tend to decorate their homes quite nicely. We put a lot of effort and emphasis on making our homes cozy during the winter months, and like, yeah, to make up for the lack of daylight. So gloomy, I don't know. Yes and no. Yes and no. It's part of the Nordic culture, I think, and we do various things to kind of adapt to this dark climate we have here. It's not all bad. I think from this bridge there is, at least for part of the year, there's some sort of scheduled boat service to Stockholm. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Sweden have aurora? Yes! Yes. Up in the northern parts of Sweden, there's a lot of aurora or northern lights tourism going on. Here down in the Stockholm region, it's pretty rare to see it though. You need to go further up north. But in some cases, when it's like very strong solar activity, you can see northern lights in this part of Sweden too. But it's not like, yeah, it's pretty uncommon. I grew up not too far from here and I hadn't seen northern lights until I turned 37. Yeah, I was 37 the first time I saw northern lights. So, not so common. Oh, and there's a cafe here too. Yeah, a lot of people are fishing here. That's true. And the first time I saw aurora was in Norway. And since then I've also seen auroras in Iceland, but still never in Sweden. I've never been to the north of Sweden, so. But I saw it twice in 2018. Once in Norway and once in Iceland. Or not once, I saw it many times in both countries actually. I was in for about 1 week in each country and I saw northern lights pretty much every night. So I was very lucky. Had very good weather when I was there. Ah, Jari, you've never seen it either. And you're from Finland, right? No, it's not super common. But actually, now I'm pretty close to where I will meet up with my family again. So I will start wrapping up today's stream. I'm sorry it turned out to be a little bit on the short side, but yeah, my schedule is a little bit tight today. Hopefully next weekend I will be able to do a longer one, and also one in the morning so that my Japanese viewers can watch it a little bit easier. Do you have any good museums there? I'm not sure about Strängnäs, but there's tons of interesting museums in Stockholm, 45 minutes away from this little town. Yeah, there's too many to mention, but Stockholm has a very good museum, a good selection of museums. Anyway, I think that will be it for today's walk. I hope you liked it. And I hope you will join me next time again. How long are they staying with you in Sweden? Ah, you mean my family? They will be here for another 2 weeks. Then they will go back to Japan. So that's when we will try to decide what our future will be like. Anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you again next weekend, if not sooner. Okay, bye bye, hej då, mata ne, auf Wiedersehen, bis